Life's so damn high, you can't even afford to die.
Nothing.
I just don't want to do this anymore.
I'm tired of being broke. I'm tired of being able to barely pay my bills.
How are people tackling this cost of living?
Personally, I'm not.
Millions of Americans are doing everything they were told to do. Work hard, paying bills, trying to save. So why does it feel like getting ahead it's become impossible in 2026 here in America? Let's check out this video.
Only in America do you have to pay a fee to pay a bill. Only in America do you try to go to work while you're sick because you can't afford to miss a shift. Only in America do you avoid going to the doctor because you have to pay a deductible, even with insurance. Only in America do you have to choose between filling your tank and buying groceries. Only in America does your rent go up while your paycheck stays exactly the same. Only in America and nowhere else.
Like, I cannot do this for the rest of my life. I'm tired of being broke. I'm tired of being able to barely pay my bills, going into a job where I work my fucking ass off all fucking day to barely be able to pay my motherfucking bills. It just is not it.
This isn't a video I've ever planned on making, but I don't know what to do. In 2025, I sat my leaving cert and I got the course I wanted in Galway. Since then, I've had to work full time because I cannot afford a place in Galway to stay. Just with obviously how incredibly bad the market is for rentals or even student accommodation. This is so embarrassing. I've missed out on friends. I've missed out on so much. And I work so hard looking for somewhere that I can stay so I can go to college.
I just don't want to do this anymore. It's so cold in here, as you can see. I'm wrapped up in a duvet. My son's got like 3 different layers on, just try and stay warm because it's so cold in here.
Is currently broken in my house, so I'm heading down to London. I'm checking into the Savoy and I'm going to make full use of their wonderful hot water. So let's get ready for the...
I'm so sorry. I'm trying not to crash out. I'm just so tired of being disabled and chronically ill and trying to try new medications, and everything is so expensive. I literally just paid like $1,200 for treatment for medication. I'm trying a new medication because I just am in so much pain all the time. And it's $250 a month, and my meds are already like $1,500 a month. And I can't get insurance because it doesn't cover pre-existing conditions. And I'm just like so tired of this. Everything is so expensive. And the treatment never even works anyway. Like, I am literally throwing all this money down the fucking drain for nothing. And every time I try a new medication, I'm just like so hopeful. But it never works, and I just have been on this bullshit for literally like over 2 decades, and I'm just so fucking tired. It's so expensive, and I'm just so sick and in so much pain, and it just never stops. Anyway, I'm sorry I'm crashing out. I just like can't afford to keep doing this. I'm just so tired, dude.
How are people affording life right now? How are people tackling this cost of living?
Personally, I'm not. I had to move out of San Diego. I'm from Southern California, but it's too expensive. Even with full-time work, I had 2 full-time jobs, working on the weekends and at night and in the morning. I still couldn't save up enough money for a deposit for a studio apartment or anything, frankly. So I had to make a change. Right there is the border wall with Mexico and the United States. One side is San Diego, one side is Tijuana. Now I live on the Tijuana side. While the difference is only 2 blocks, I have a substantially cheaper cost of living. Currently, I'm renting a studio apartment for about $100 a week. I've seen comparable priced places going as far as a 2-bedroom with the same price point, $400 or $500 a month. The same kind of place in San Diego, 2 blocks away, would cost you upwards of $1,500 to $2,000 or $3,000. To go to work, I cross the border in the morning. A few times a week, I do Amazon Flex shifts, and in about 2 full-time days, I pay my rent for the month. The thing is, I don't go every day because it's kind of a headache. So while I technically earn less, I have a greater purchasing power effectively. So 5 months ago, basically, I moved to Tijuana and went from being full-time employed with 2 jobs, living in my van for years because I couldn't save the deposit, to having an apartment and having transportation and a pretty decent paying job relative to my cost of living. But isn't it dangerous? Isn't it unsafe? A little bit, it can be. But literally, as I'm saying that, the police roll by.
You guys, I can't afford it. I can't afford life. I just can't. It's so hard. It's so expensive. It's so darn expensive to live nowadays. I just can't do it. I don't know how everybody else is doing it. I don't know what kind of money you're making. Where are you guys working?
Life's so damn high, you can't even afford to die. Have you seen the cost of caskets and funerals? Man, when I die, just throw my ass in the ocean. Fuck it.
Honestly, I don't care what anyone says, but there is no amount of budgeting that could make up for the amount of money that we actually need for this economy. I shouldn't have to survive paycheck to paycheck because I'm not living paycheck to paycheck. I think we're all surviving paycheck to paycheck. We can't save anything. Also, do I have to just exist, go to work, come home, go to work, come home? Like, should I not be able to live my life? Should I not be able to do things that are fun? You know, I just exist to go to work and then come home. No, I want to be able to live my life. I want to be able to go out and have fun too, you know? I don't know what needs to happen. It's either they raise our wages or they bring down the prices of rent or just everything, the cost of living. Like, one of them has to be. It cannot be where the cost of living is forever going up tremendously and then our wages are never going up. You know, like there needs to be where something goes up and the other one comes down, or something has to give. But this constant survival mode for a lot of people out there, it's just not it. It's not it. It's ruining the mental health of people. Also very annoying. Like, it's annoying having to get paid and then just put everything towards the outrageous cost of living. I am tired of our parents telling us you need to sacrifice, you need to work harder, you need to get a second job. Like, I'm sorry, but in your time, you were actually able to afford the house you wanted, the car you wanted. You were able to afford everything, and not like, do you guys not, are you guys oblivious? Like the older generation, I'm talking to you guys. Like, are you guys oblivious to the times right now? Because I swear, like, a lot of older adults, like they really just think like we have to slave our life away. There's no point. We're not getting anywhere. Our jobs are not getting anywhere, are not getting us anywhere. So I don't know. Something's got to give because we can't keep living like this.
How is anyone surviving right now? I'm being so serious. Groceries are insane. Gas is up. Rent is up. Utilities are up and skyrocket high, but nothing has changed. Like, why is my electric gone up a couple $100s, but my usage hasn't changed at all? But don't worry, jobs are still paying like it's 2012. At what point are we allowed to admit that this just doesn't work anymore? Because this isn't budget better. This is people doing everything right and still falling behind. What is the worst bill that you have every day? Because here in Pittsburgh, for me, it's the electric. all the time.
America is unaffordable. So how do we change it? 1. A cost of living tax cut for anyone making below the median cost of living in the United States. The federal government should not be taxing anyone into poverty. 2. Taxing wealth the same as work by taxing capital gains and balancing the tax cut for working people with a surtax on millionaire and billionaire income. 3. Enforcing an estate tax, taxes on trusts, and an anti-oligarch tax. 4. Reinvesting this new tax revenue into free public college and universities, free childcare, and free paid family and medical leave up to a year for new parents, 2 years if you're a single parent. And 5, raising the minimum wage to at least $25 an hour, because let's be real, that is what it takes to get by in America. What other policies do you want to see to make America more affordable? Let me know in the comments. And follow our Democratic primary campaign against Jared Moskowitz in Florida's 23rd Congressional District in Broward and Palm Beach County. Peace.
The way I see it is, it's expensive to live everywhere in the United States now, so you might as well live where you want to and be broke.
I need y'all to understand that we work for billionaires and we make minimum wage. The person that we work for has made over $1 billion and we get paid minimum wage. And you guys have the nerve to come on people's comments and defend them. Defend the billionaire that pays you minimum wage. How are you that backwards?
This is a hot take, but I feel like a lot of y'all gonna agree with this shit, no cap. Minimum wage should be $20. No cap, no cap. Minimum wage should be $20. Nothing less at all whatsoever. If minimum wage was $20, then a lot of people will start working jobs more. Because $15, $16, $17 ain't really cutting no more with the way these motherfuckers trying to make the rent go up. Just been looking at a lot of houses recently. And $1,500 to $1,800 for 2 to 3 people don't sound that bad. But for one person, that's a whole check if you're working overtime. Overtime checks for a lot of jobs don't be a lot because it's not just the bill, it's utilities as well. It's other shit you gotta pay for.
How are we supposed to survive when the math literally does not work? Minimum wage in Texas is still $7.25. Gas prices are draining literally everything we make. Groceries go up every single week. 3 items is $100 and more. Don't even get me started on what rent costs and for what you're actually getting for that price. It's literally crazy, and we're told to just work harder, and the lawmakers just don't care. So let me know how you're surviving, because everyone I know is out here struggling.
Money cannot literally buy happiness, but I will tell you, it takes money to have a regulated nervous system in this society. The amount of stress that your finances will cause on your body, astronomical. Even if you are making 6 figures in the big year of 2026, as a single adult, I still feel like for me, it would be difficult. And that is insane to me. I think about people with kids. I think about people who make less money than me. I think about people who are unemployed. I send so much love and prayers to anyone who is struggling financially right now, because as this being the most financially stable season of my life, and it's still being difficult, it just blows my mind. And while you can live a quality life while financially struggling, I don't believe that you can truly heal in a constant physical state of stress. Like, you're constantly stressed. Your body is constantly under pressure. And that is why it's important to step away from the worldly stresses and issues and have those moments. But eventually, in order to be a responsible adult in this world, you have to step back into it and be in reality. You can't just be all willy-nilly like, oh, the universe will provide for me, and sit in bed all day. You can't do that. You have to participate in this economy one way or another in order for you to get the money, in order for you to buy food, in order for you to have shelter. You have to participate in this bullshit. I'm really frustrated today, and I understand why people try and get out of it. I'm moving to the Philippines or some shit. I don't know. Even that takes money. Like, hello.
I am so tired of living my life in survival mode, because despite having 2 college degrees and making close to $80,000 a year, I still cannot keep up with the cost of living. I still cannot afford all of my bills every month and have to live paycheck to paycheck. I think that's absolutely ridiculous. I am sacrificing my mental health, my time, and my energy to take care of people in their most vulnerable moments, and a lot of the time they do not make it. At the very least, I should be able to pay my bills. And for anyone who's thinking, oh, well, you shouldn't have chose that job, somebody has to do it.
And you know damn well if your loved one was critically ill, you would want somebody to take care of them, right? Something has to give. I cannot keep doing this.
Every time I hear people complain about the cost of living, all y'all love to say is get a better job, get a better job. Who the hell's going to work them jobs y'all don't want to work? Them lower jobs, the lower class jobs, whatever you want to call it. Who's going to work them? You shouldn't. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where. If you work full time, it doesn't matter if you work the lowest of the low job. You should not be struggling to survive. You should not have to wonder if you're going to eat or if only your kids can eat. You shouldn't have to pick which bill you're going to pay. I feel like it's basic human rights. And it's insanely wrong. Like, I don't understand why y'all aren't more mad about this. It infuriates me. Not everybody can get a better job, for one. And if everybody gets a better job, who the hell's going to serve you at a restaurant? Who the hell's going to serve you fast food? Who's going to clean the nasty-ass toilets? Who's going to clean the sewers? I'm not down on anybody. But who the hell's going to do the stuff that nobody wants to do? Exactly. Thank you.
This economy is some bullshit. And I know it's some bullshit because I remember when I was in high school, I took a personal finance class. And one of our assignments was we had to find a career we wanted, right? We had to go on Indeed or a job website and find like a wage, a salary, whatever for that job, right? Then with that salary, we had to find a house that we could afford and a car that we could afford, right? I don't remember what career, whatever that I picked, but I know it was around making like $80,000 a year. I was able to have that career, have a nice car and a nice house and still be chilling. I don't think people understand how out of hand the cost of living is. For a long time, a brand new car was going to run you between 20 to 25 stacks. Them luxury BMWs, Mercedes, whatever, that'll run you about 30. You know what I'm saying? Them nice Altimas, Camrys, and all this and all that. Brand new, them things used to be about 15 or 18 stacks. Nice ass apartments. They gonna run you about $800 or $900. A regular, schmegular apartment, maybe about $600-700. You living in the hood, it was probably about $400 a month. You know, everything made sense. Now, especially with the apartments, it's either I want to get taxed for some bullshit or I want to live in the hood. There's like no in between anymore. The housing market is crazy. Used cars, the price that people be trying to sell these used cars for, is, if you want a decent price for a used car, it's gonna have over 100,000 miles on it.
Honestly, at this rate, you might as well just give up on life, travel the world, YOLO the shit out of everything, because we're not going to get anywhere ever in life. With the cost of living, the cost of houses, we're never going to be able to move or buy another house, especially as a single person. It's over. It's done. Sorry to break it to you.
How is everyone affording life? Real question. How are you guys doing it? Because my daycare costs the same as our mortgage, which is just wild to me. And I had a crash out earlier today just about how like really expensive everything really truly is. And I just don't know how you guys are doing it. So I have a corporate 6-figure job. I should be able to afford life. We're not doing anything wrong. Just life is expensive. And I'm the breadwinner in my household. There's this like constant stress like hanging over my head all the time of you got to make more to provide for your family, especially in this day and age. And it's wild because at the same time I'm stuck in these corporate handcuffs and I am going through burnout. I don't want to continue doing this. I have like the mental load, hanging over my head. I'm trying to be a good mom, let alone like a good wife, daughter, sister, friend, which I'm failing at all of those things, I feel like. And if you have any tips or tricks of how you're getting through, would love to connect on them because it's wild. Hang in there. Have a good day.
Oh, I feel so fucking defeated, bro. Like, bro, if it's not one thing, it's another, bro. Like, I can't even afford the insurance on my car, bro, but like, when is it gonna give and take, bro? Like, this is too much. This is way too much. And I don't even know if they allowed to follow me. Like, she following me all the way to my house right now. Like, the officer is literally following me to my house to make sure I park my car. Like, this shit is ridiculous. This is so degrading. Like, I don't feel like a person. I don't feel free at all. Whether I'm in the jail system or I'm out the jail system, I don't feel free. This is something I've never been followed home. This is not, I'm not joking, right there behind me.
I don't want to work anymore. All right, I don't. I've worked since I was like 9 because for some odd reason, people let me babysit their actual babies when I was 9 or 10. That's crazy, okay? Anyway, I'm tired and the American dream didn't work for me. It's not working for a lot of people. It didn't work for a lot of people. I want to find and or create a new system. All right, so stay with me here. I don't think it is okay that people work and work and work 3 jobs, even 1 job, whatever, until you can retire at 65 and then you have like a little bit of money, but your body is deteriorating. You are not near as physically able as you were when you were, say, my age, in my 40s or 30s or whatever. And so you want to travel the world and do all the things you couldn't do because you were working all the time, but now you can't. You're limited in what you can do because you're physically declining. Now, I'm not saying that all 65-year-olds are physically declining, but you get the point. Who invented this? I don't like it. I don't want to be trapped in this apartment. I want to own a home. And people, I cannot hear another boomer, and I know it's not all boomers. I have connected with some wonderful boomers on this app. It is a lot in my life. A lot of them are, well, you didn't work hard enough. I have been working. I can't. I have worked so hard and so much, okay? I'm sorry to be a whiner, but we need a better system because this ain't it. I'm gonna go get back to work.
I had $60 to last me until payday because I live paycheck to paycheck. And I got pulled over because I couldn't afford to update my license and my registration until I got paid. And then I got a ticket that I also can't afford. And then I just went online and renewed my registration and my license, and it costed $70. So now my bank account is negative $9.92. And I just want you to know that that is what they meant by the American dream.
People are moving back in with their mama and their daddies and their grandparents. I want you to think about that for a second, because I don't think we talking about this enough. It is so hard to live and maintain life as an adult that people are moving back in with their parents. People, not like 24, 25, people in their 30s are moving back in with their parents because it's just too fucking expensive to live. Like, something about that is really fucking me up in this process of life, in this moment of my life right now. Like, my parents and grandparents are all deceased in it. So if I needed to go somewhere in this economy for whatever reason, I don't have the option to go back to my parents' home. Not only does that sadden me, but it also scares me. I don't have the quiet luxury of having a safety net. And that is so interesting to me. I don't know what to do with that information right now, but that is scary. AF.
I want to talk about all the things I can't afford right now. We can start with my glasses. I don't know if you can see, they're scratched to shit. They've been scratched to shit since last October, but I ran out of contacts, and my insurance doesn't cover my eye appointment, so not sure what to do about that. Those are usually about at least $300. What else? I need a new catalytic converter. Those cost about $1,500, $2,000. Not sure where that money's gonna come from. I could just be like, fuck it, I don't need a car, but I live in LA. Oh, what else? Oh, that's right. I just came back from a vet appointment for my dog. We went to an animal dentist because she needs dental work. And I got an estimate for the amount of dental work she would need. It's about $3,000. She needs 4 teeth extracted and a cleaning. So, did I mention I also owe $3,000 to the IRS? Yeah, that's on top of the $3,000 that I owe from the 2021 tax season. I've paid that down to about $1,000, but yeah, still paying it off. So that's about like $4,000 that I owe to the government. The government that's going to kick in my student loans in September. $40,000. Also, I'm supposed to travel this summer, so I'll need a pet sitter. That's about $50 a day. I'll be gone for about 2 weeks. Before you guys are like, well, you can't like just travel when you're broke. You can't like summer in Greece. Bitch, I'm going camping with my friends. And then I'm visiting my family. I want to be able to visit my family. Don't come for me being like, well, you live in LA. If you lived in somewhere that was less expensive, you would be able to afford all this. Sure, I could live in Boise, Idaho, but Boise, Idaho doesn't have the career opportunities that I want. And also, are people in Boise, Idaho doing any better than I am right now? I don't think so. People in America seem not well. And if you are doing well, living under 100K in a major city, I want to talk to you. Like, are you just going home at the end of the day and just like drinking water and playing tiddlywinks? Is that what everyone's doing? I should learn how to play tiddlywinks.
This is our Labor Day. Yeah. Not the bullshit holiday that rich people pick for us because they don't want to remember our history of what really happened, of how workers are really treated in this country. Even today, 140 years later. We're here today in America where people work their asses off and can't afford to live. You know, today, protesters are being murdered in the streets. Free speech is under attack. Our voting rights are under attack. Our livelihoods are in jeopardy. And the working class in America and the world has been left behind by the richest handful of people and corporate greed. I say this all the time. This is our generation's defining moment. Just like our founders that came out of a depression, we're in the same moment where wealth inequality is the worst it's ever been in our nation's history. You know, so we set our next contract expiration for May Day 2028. And we did that for a reason. We've invited unions from around the world to line up contract expirations where we can, to take back May Day, not just a day of solidarity, but a day of action. Our only means of winning the war on the working class is our unity. It's our solidarity.